Okay, here's an important definition. So coterminal angles are angles that share a terminal side. So the exercises in your book ask you to find two positive coterminal angles and two negative coterminal angles of the given angle. So let's look at 135 degrees. And I'm going to draw a picture of this so you can visualize it, so hopefully it'll make sense. 135 degrees, I'm going to start in standard position, which means I'm starting on positive x-axis, and I'm going 135 degrees counterclockwise, so 90, 45 more. So I'm looking at that angle right there. All right, now if I need two coterminal angles of 135 degrees, that means I am finding another angle that stops right here. Well, if I keep going in the positive direction until I get back there, what have I done? I've gone exactly one rotation, which means to find a positive coterminal angle, all I need to do is add 360 degrees to 135. And that gives me one positive coterminal angle. If I need another one, I'm just going to add 360 again. And that gives me another positive coterminal angle. If I need a negative coterminal angle, what do you think I need to do here? Instead of going counterclockwise, I need to go clockwise or in the opposite direction until I get back right here. Well, it's a full rotation in the opposite direction, so instead of adding 360, I'm going to subtract 360. When I subtract 360, I get negative 225 degrees. And if we want to stop and check this, think about what negative 225 would look like. If I'm starting in standard position, negative, so I'm going clockwise. So negative 90, negative 180, 45 more, boom, there I am. So negative 225 is a negative coterminal angle of 135 degrees. If I need another one, just subtract 360 again, and I get negative 585. Okay, so I've got two positives, two negatives, and I'm done. 32, it asks for the same thing, except they give me my angle in radians. Where's 11 pi over 6? Well, let's think about that. 12 pi over 6, or 12 over 6 is 2, so 12 pi over 6 would be 2 pi. So this is a little less than 2 pi, so we're looking at about right there. Still starting in standard position, so I'm going all the way around to right there. So there's 11 pi over 6. I'm looking for two positive coterminal angles, two negative coterminal angles. So 11 pi over 6, instead of adding 360, I'm in radian, so I'm going to add 2 pi. Well, we know that when you add fractions, you have to have a common denominator. My common denominator here is 6. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by 6. So I've got 11 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6, which is 23 pi over 6. Okay, so there's one of my positive coterminal angles. Another one, just add 12 pi over 6, or 2 pi. This is 2 pi. I've just already converted it to common denominator, and that's going to give me 35 pi over 6. You know what to do if we need a negative coterminal angle. Instead of adding 2 pi, or in this case 12 pi over 6, we're going to subtract 12 pi over 6. That's going to give me negative pi over 6. If I do that again, I get negative 13 pi over 6. So there are two negative coterminal angles. There are two positive coterminal angles. Now, let me just say a quick note for this course. if you want to convert 11 pi over 6 to degrees, if you're more comfortable with degrees, you can do that. Remember that questions